I've got the ultimate track-ready Mustang, and I'm at a racetrack. You know what comes next.
A completely expected comparison.
All right, what are we comparing? Let's start with the Ford Mustang GT350. It's like a normal Mustang, but with two-mode adaptive dampers, big old Brembo brakes, and a naturally aspirated 5.2-liter flat-plane V8 that sounds like cyborg Kenny Rogers gargling hot asphalt. In this specific case, we've got the racier GT350R. That R adds $7,500 to the price tag, along with a slightly lower ride height, Michelin Sport Cup 2 tires, these sweet 19-inch carbon fiber wheels, and this imposing wing, and deletes the mostly useless rear seats, but also the air conditioning, media center, and backup camera, which Ford generously reinstalls for an additional $3,000. Grand total, including these Cobra Commander racing stripes and a $1,300 gas guzzler tax, $67,745. Then there's the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. For a little less than $64,000, also including a gas guzzler tax, you get magnetoray-logical adaptive dampers, easy for me to say, Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar tires, an electronic limited slip differential, standard Recaro seats, a flat-bottom steering wheel, because race car, and functional exterior changes that just happen to look totally rad, including this front splitter, a carbon fiber hood air extractor, these rocker moldings, and this 3-stanchion spoiler. Under the hood sits the same supercharged and intercooled 6.2-liter LT4 V8 engine that powers the Corvette Z06, though it has to drag around an extra 300 pounds or so in the ZL1.
Following a rich tradition of internet comparison videos, I'll be driving this ZL1, arbitrarily defending it against Zach in the GT350R.
A car I've been assigned to love unconditionally for the sake of this video.
Battle lines drawn, let's begin. Though both cars have been crafted with closed course lapping in mind, most will spend their time on the street, or sitting motionless at the Sonic drive-thru.
Alright, let's get this street out of the way. Wait, are we rolling? Even with the suspension in normal mode, the GT350's ride is firm. But that firmness also matches the character of the car, and is totally tolerable. And even more tolerable in the R-less GT350.
Tolerable though it may be, the ZL1 has the advantage. It offers a smoother, more refined street drive and more settings than just firm and less firm.
Well, if you like choices, the Mustang steering has 3 weighting settings.
Same here, sunshine.
And the steering itself is as direct and responsive as any system I've ever tested. You feel every nuance of the tarmac through the front tires. At the same time, the front end catches every rut and bump, pulling these staying left to right as you drive. It's the kind of behavior that makes for transcendent track days, but tiring commutes.
That actually hits on a key ZL1 advantage. It's just easier to use in the real world. At low speeds, the steering turns pleasantly light, the armrest is where my arm rests, and the clutch is very easy to use.
Well, the Mustang's clutch is... Wait, why does the effort change dramatically halfway through the travel? Are they all like this? No? Am I just having a stroke?
Do you smell toast? If so, at least you'll get to the hospital quickly. Speaking of, tell us about that sweet V8.
Why tell you when I can show your ears the sound of speed?
See, that's not how normal people talk. Anyway, the ZL1 has a major horsepower advantage versus the GT350 that doesn't really come into play on the streets, especially at the Sonic drive-thru. This is where the ZL1's power advantage really pays off. Drag race, go!
All right, the ZL1 is clearly faster in a straight line, but how does it corner?
Great, actually. It's got absurd grip, balanced handling, and is surprisingly easy to drive quickly.
Well, I've got great grip too. Mustang steering is a bit quicker and offers a little bit more feedback, but honestly, both cars handle exceptionally well. How about the brakes? These Brembos provide more than enough stopping power, consistent feel, and they haven't faded. Yet.
Same story here. Brembos, thumbs up.
Another thing, the GT350's transmission is fantastic. Super short throws, direct, satisfying action, and the pedal arrangement makes for easy heel-toe downshifts.
Heel-toe downshifts? What, are you driving the thing to a barn raising? This thing has automatic rev matching on the downshifts. All I have to do is jam it in the gear I want. It automatically matches revs and makes me look unnaturally talented.
Well, some of us just like to put in a little extra effort.
Says the guy who drives a quarter mile to the gym.
Okay, the ZL1 and GT350R are both fast, heavy, and highly amusing muscle cars. What really divides them is power and how it's delivered.
True, the ZL1 has oodles, can I say oodles? Yeah, oodles of torque from low in the rev range, and it redlines at a modest 6,400 RPM.
The Mustang lugs a bit down low, comparatively speaking, but then soars to a heavenly 8,250 RPM. That's the kind of power delivery that's thrilling, yet easy to manage on a racetrack. I mean, on a tight course like this, can you even put that power to the ground?
Sure I can.
Look, unless you're getting paid to drive, the real question is fun. Given its telepathic steering, robotic Kenny Rogers soundtrack, and tastefully aggressive styling, I think the GT350R is the more fun of the two.
Look, I know I'm supposed to be the proxy for the ZL1, and I like it. It's a lot of fun. Hell, I even have the shirt. But as a former S2000 owner, I'm intrinsically drawn to the high revving fun that you get with the GT350R. See, this is why I always wear an extra shirt underneath my shirt with the direct competitor on it.
Brand loyalties being what they are, you probably already have a strong preference for the Ford Mustang GT350 or the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. But just in case you're undecided, consider the following. How important is it to see out of your car? Can you live with a lip spoiler so low you'll definitely rip it off pulling into the Sonic drive-thru? Will you miss having a handbrake, requiring you to initiate drifts with the clutch, a flick, or monstrous amounts of torque like a chump? Should your arm rest on a cup holder or an armrest? Do you want an absurdly angled infotainment screen? Does an inconsistent clutch pedal make that vein in your head pop out? How much unusable horsepower do you really need? Would you like an extra 124 horsepower without spending a dime more? Do you like automatic transmissions? Answer these questions, and you'll know which car to buy.
Honestly though, there is no wrong answer. Whether you choose the pinnacle of Camaro-dom or the current king of Mustang Mountain, you're gonna get a quirk-filled car that turns heads and hauls ass.
More importantly, you'll get a car that anonymous strangers can ridicule on the internet. Happy shopping!